Talk about Brooklyn Rampart for a second.
Brooklyn Rampart. Yes. I think it's just the way they animated him, or maybe the way Brooklyn has now animated her face. I couldn't help but think that Admiral Rampart reminded me a lot of Brooklyn Heights. I think I also wanted him to date Crosshair too. I wanted a lot of people to date Crosshair this season.
Star Wars Bachelor. Will Crosshair find love? Let's find out. Now people are finding us.
We're next fucking level.
Yes.
Love it. Start the show.
Hello, and welcome to Star GAYZ, where we're not only force sensitive, we're fierce sensitive.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I remembered it.
Yeah, you did.
That's
Oh
my
my
own
God.
line, Hanny.
We are traveling through time right now. Isn't that weird?
That is.
I can tell you're
Yes.
really impressed by it. You're like, yeah.
Oh fuck! I just unplugged my iPad.
You're what?
I unplugged my iPad.
Oh, I was like, okay.
I
Wow.
might have to restart this. Well, my cord is only so long.
I'm leaving this in the episode.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, we're traveling through time. We already recorded our season finale. We did that a while ago.
Oh, we did.
It was
Like,
you're like, what finale?
When was that?
Yeah. Yeah, we did that a while ago. And season 2 of this podcast, which we're still a part of, that's what we're recording for right now, just premiered this past Wednesday. So
Oh, and it was so good.
yeah,
Always
we were
love
watching.
remembering things that we stay into.
Yeah, that first episode we recorded last July, which is wild.
And hopefully this headset mic sounds better than my table mic that I was using.
I didn't mind your table mic. I thought it was good. You didn't like it?
Oh, every time I listen to myself on either highlights or I guess on here, it picks up everything in the room because we have like hardwood floors. So there's a lot of
Oh,
echo, and I'm trying to decide which one is the better mic to use. So let me know which one is the better mic to use. That's what I use.
okay. Yeah, we'll see.
If it's not this one, I'll chuck it and use the other one I have it.
Check it.
Yeah.
What's new though? Anything new before we get going on the episode?
No, I'm really we're going to back to Disneyland. We're making the trek back to
Boom.
Batu for a
Love that for
whole
you.
week. So it's gonna be super exciting for the Star Wars celebration stuff.
Yes.
And then we're also planning on I guess this is new since the finale. We both decided we're going to celebration next year
Yes. Oh my
in
God.
Japan, which would
Yes.
be amazing.
Star GAYZ takes Japan, everybody.
Yes, it's
Ka
gonna be
fucking
so
why?
cool. I need to get a passport.
Yeah. Oh, same. Yeah. But
Haven't you been? You've been to Hawaii though, haven't you? Don't you need a passport to go to Hawaii because it's off the mainland?
no, because it's still within the US.
Oh, I always thought if you leave the mainland, like you still because you're in international waters or something.
Nope.
Guess not.
Nope.
Interesting.
It's like flying to another state.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely one for Japan. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that. I think you're gonna love Season of the Force. There's lots to do. I was there on Star Wars Day, which is crazy.
That is crazy. It's probably
It felt
packed, huh?
it was, and it fell on a Saturday, which I think made it worse. But it was really cool. Galaxy's Edge was really like packed. Lightsabers freaking everywhere. They had the lightsaber meetup, which was pretty cool.
Do they still do that when it's not Star Wars Day, or is that just a Star Wars Day thing?
I've really only ever seen it on Star Wars Day,
Okay.
and typically like the cast members know it's happening because like they know to expect that they're going to do that, so they tape off like the areas
Oh,
that
okay.
they're gonna do
Kind
it
of
so
kind of like
people
when they do the
know.
lighting ceremony for Small World and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like they know kind of like where to try and keep walkways clear, but it was nuts.
I'm
Um,
debating on taking my lightsaber or not because it's heavy to walk around with. Um,
yeah,
but if they're not going to do like a thing, then maybe not. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, you're going multiple days, right?
Yeah, we're going for Monday through Friday.
Well, we pick a day and take it and use it for some pictures or something.
Yeah, I could do that because I'm taking my my robes too.
Yeah, cool new
Cool.
merch. We were talking a little bit before we started recording about that. Oh, I did. So I skipped on a lot of the expensive stuff because I'm going to Disney World. Um, but I did grab. So they have like these little these are my camera angles. They're back, baby. Um,
Do we have the multiple cameras again?
we do.
Yes.
Get ready for it. Much more flattering angle. But they have these like little mystery crates. They're like $15. And they have like
Okay.
different busts or like statues and shit in them.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I bought two of them. One was Ezra's Scout Trooper helmet,
Okay.
which was cool. Like, all right.
I'm not really like a huge Pink fan. Really just don't like her. She's a bad seed on this earth.
Wow, that's so cool.
Love Pink.
There it is. Thank you. And the
This is
other
my
was
favorite character.
She is my favorite.
fuck yeah, Ezra.
I love Pink.
Uh the other was this little holocron
Oh, that is
that
really cool. I like that.
lights up. It's like a little blue holocron. It's really cute. Little something for the
Is
disc
it a
if you have a
plug-in or like
disc.
a battery thing?
It's a battery.
I was gonna say make a cool nightlight, but it would die.
Yeah. Yeah. That's with the lights off. So
That's cool. Like a little desk knickknack kind of thing.
yeah, little tchotchke. Um, yeah. So stuff like that is cool if you want to buy some of that shit.
I'm hoping they have there's some new Black Series figures coming out, and I hope Disneyland has them first so I can go grab them. They're supposed to be doing Anakin as a child, which they have in the really small, like 4-inch figures, but they don't have in the 6-inch figures. And
Wow.
then a Padme, like action senator Padme. Um, I
Oh,
don't know why they don't just do like Queen Padme Amidala, because it's like I feel like everyone in the collecting universe wants that as a Black Series, but they haven't done
yeah.
it yet. And this was the perfect year to do it because they had the Star Wars Episode 1 anniversary.
That is surprising.
Yeah, it's really irritating because it's the one figure I really want. But
They focused a lot of like I know at Disneyland a lot of the Phantom Menace anniversary merch that they dropped on Star Wars Day was mall related.
interesting.
They had like mall shirts, they had mall bags, they had mall coffee mugs. Got one of those. It was pretty cool. They
Doesn't have that much
had
screen time. Like,
what the fuck so special about mall?
who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Spider Mall is more interesting than Phantom Menace
Yeah.
Mall.
Spider Mall. Um Spider Mall. Spider Mall. Um yeah, no. But his legacy lightsaber, I think that was planned as being for that Star
Mhm.
Wars Day and Phantom Menace
Well, yeah.
related. Um, yeah, the only thing Amidala I saw was they had her headdress as ears.
That's weird.
You haven't seen those?
No.
They might still have them in the park. I'll send you some. I wonder if they're on Shop Disney. I'll send you a link
Oh, there might be.
just in case. I would check the park, but otherwise, then you have like a backup.
I'm still making that headdress that I said I would make and show up in drag for an episode
Yeah, I was thinking
of
about we were watching
Stargate.
our premiere and you were like, I can't wait till this is ready. And it's like a year later.
It's in the garage, still in
Okay.
pieces.
Okay. Maybe by season 6, everybody.
Maybe. Stay tuned.
Yeah. 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 Um
So, Bad Batch.
yeah, that's what we're here for. The
Yeah.
fucking
Let's talk
Bad
about
Batch.
Bad Batch a little bit.
Yeah, we fucking have to.
or a lot of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Let's
at least for
talk
about
about the
45
bad
minutes
bit.
worth of it.
What if we just sat here for 45 minutes? At the end, we're like, Bad Batch. We
You know
watched
what's
it.
funny? So my husband Terry and I like to watch a streamer named Granny she does a thing called Sunday Scaries
Granny.
on, yeah, she's, oh my gosh, she's wonderful. You need to watch her.
Okay.
So every Sunday at 2 o'clock, she does a scheduled stream called Sunday Scaries where she plays a scary game, video game. And she's easily scared. It's entertaining. She's really funny. Um, I totally forgot where I was going with this. Oh, so she, oh man, don't get old, you guys. Um, so she
What the
starts at
fuck?
2 and she's supposed to start playing the game at 2, but she normally doesn't actually start playing the game till 3 o'clock, 3:30, because she just sits and chats and goes over
Oh,
TikTok videos on her For You page. She's wildly entertaining. She's hilarious. You should watch her. She's really good. She does other streams throughout the week too, but they're not all scary games. Sometimes she just gets on the chat.
that's awesome.
She's based in New Zealand.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's really, really cool. She's funny. We watch her a lot and listen to her a lot.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So
All
I
right,
mean,
Bad Batch.
people do that all the time.
Yeah.
Was my point to
Yeah.
saying that?
I mean, look at Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bad Batch, what did you think about the final season and the season finale of the final season?
Say that again. The final
Yeah. The
the
final
what?
season and the series finale is the better way to put it.
Oh, hold on. Let me fix myself. Why am I always so fucking small?
Because you're further away from your camera than I am from mine. Mine's like right in my face, kind of.
There we go.
We should do a thing where we angle ourselves so it's like we're talking to each other, even though we're not
Yeah.
actually. But it's the other way, girl.
Oh yeah.
I'm off to the side.
Oh shit. Like that. Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
love
this. See, now
that.
it's like, so if I looked over, it's almost like I'm looking at you, but I'm not. I'm looking out my window.
I
And
should
that's
do
the
that.
magic of television.
I should put my should put my monitor over there. That's fierce. I like
That would
that.
be fierce. That would work.
But I didn't do that today. So here we are.
Yeah, I guess if I had a camera in a separate location, I could put my monitor over there, so it would look like we're facing each other. But my camera is on my laptop, so
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out. That is, I like that though. That would be cool. I can't wait till we record in person.
That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
We should do one
Yes,
before Japan, so that we have like a good test run out of the way.
we should. We should do one at Galaxy's Edge or something.
That would be fucking fierce.
Yeah, maybe we'll
And
do
there's
that.
many times that I'm going to be at Galaxy's Edge this year because I'm a magic key pass holder.
There you go. So excited you're part of the club, girl.
Yes, although I may not be next year because
Oh,
if we're going to Japan,
oh
that's my
okay.
whole travel budget.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Yeah, that's fair.
you get some things at Disney Tokyo for being a Magic Key member, but I don't think you do. Yeah.
You asked me a
Well,
question. I forgot what it was. Sorry.
did I ask you a question? Because I forgot that I asked it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I think
This
I
is a
said that
great episode.
this is gonna be great, you guys. I think I said that we should do a test run before we do filming in
No,
Japan. No, did I ask you a
it was
question?
about Bad Batch.
Oh, I did ask you a question about Bad Batch. Oh, that's right. We're talking about Bad Batch today. What did you think of the the final season and the series finale?
Okay. Got it. Now I'm following. The final season felt, we got 15 episodes, I think it was, and I think we could have done it in 10.
Absolutely.
And I was hoping for a bit more, to be honest. I'm not totally upset with what we got, but
Okay.
I was expecting more. The final episode was okay. It was one of the better of the season for sure.
Yeah.
And I really like that epilogue at the end, and like where we kind of ended up.
Hmm.
But I don't know. It didn't feel like super like final season to me.
Yeah, you know what? It could have been a movie, and I would have liked it more. Like when you really
Yeah.
think about all the places that we went, it just kind of felt like this could have been a quick scene in a film. And if
Yeah.
the film was like 2.5 hours, I would have been fine with that. And we could have gotten away with that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like all of the like it could have been a trilogy of movies as opposed to
Yeah,
a
there we
trilogy
go.
of
That would be better.
seasons.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you.
It probably would have made more sense that way too.
Dave Filoni just loves filler for some reason. I don't know.
I can't I can't do the fillers. They're so fucking boring.
Yeah, and it just feels, especially when they're releasing week to week, it just feels like such a waste of time.
Yeah, I was just talking to the cashier at Food for Less about this because I wear my Star Wars shirt and this okay, so this cashier at Food
Nice.
for Less, I think that's like his thing. Like if you're wearing something on your shirt, he will talk to you about what's on your shirt because he always does this to me or to my husband. Like if my husband wears like a Yellowstone shirt, he's like, "Oh, what happens in the mountains stays in the mountains." Whatever. Like he always has something to say.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. So I wore this shirt and it said Star Wars. He's like, "Oh, do you like Star Wars?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "Who's your favorite character?" I was like, "I don't know, fucking Vader or something." I don't know what I said. And he's like, "Oh, I really like Boba Fett." And I was like, I'm not a huge Boba Fett person. He's like, "Well, did you watch the book of Boba Fett?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's why I'm not a huge Boba Fett person." It was really boring. There was so much filler and it took
Yes.
forever to get anywhere. And I hate that because you have to wait a whole week for it. And it's like to wait a whole week to get a piece of the story that really isn't integral. It's like, come on, you're
Yeah.
wasting my time.
Yeah.
That was a really long rant for not liking fillers.
That's okay. No, I don't have time for side quests. Like, and
Right.
I don't need it. I don't need it. And we were talking about this while we were watching it, but and it is technically comparing apples to oranges, but X-Men 97 premiered during Bad
Oh my
Batch's final
gosh.
season. And the amount of stuff X-Men 97 covered in their story within 10 episodes. The finale isn't even here yet, but feels like we've watched 4 seasons already.
Yeah.
It's like so much is going on.
That's the
And it's
storytelling we
awesome.
need.
Yes, like it's such a great pace and the storytelling is just really good. It's just chef's kiss. And it
Hmm.
just really highlighted how slow this show is and I think completely overshadowed it.
Yeah.
And it
Once X-Men came out, I feel like you and I were both just like, can we please get through Bad Batch so we can go watch X-Men
Mhm.
separately and then talk
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah. I was way more excited about it. And it was clear to me the closer we got to the end of Bad Batch. So I was like, we're not making it very far.
No.
We are
You know what I
not
think
making it
also
very
makes
far.
it feel more redundant is that we for to some extent we know what happens to these characters. It doesn't make a huge difference in the grand scheme of the Star Wars universe that's out right now. So it's
Yeah.
kind of just like, well, we know it's not like you're gonna meet Luke or something
Yeah.
or anything like that. You're not gonna have a huge impact on the story to where it's integral to what's canon. You know what I mean? It's you're
Right.
just we're just exploring characters that existed in the universe while all of this other massive stuff was going on. So to have it wait and take so long is just a drag.
I felt like my favorite parts of the Bad Batch were the parts of the show that were beyond the Bad Batch, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like
Oh,
we
like Palpatine, like
yeah, like
all of that.
we got a lot of Senate stuff about what's happening with the clones and stuff. I love that we followed up on what's happening with the clones. We watched Rampart get thrown out of power, and that's how Palpatine swayed the Senate into getting the Stormtrooper army instead.
Hmm.
I love all that. Like that's cool. It was cool to watch. And McDermott came back for all that stuff. All that stuff is cool. But the Bad Batch doesn't really fucking do anything. Like
Right. I mean, everything really just became about Omega,
yeah,
and that was all of it. It's like, okay, well, this was a waste of my time. Thanks.
It was like season 1, we got to protect Omega. Season 2, we got to protect Omega. Season 3, we can protect Omega. She can also kind of protect herself, but we got to protect Omega. It was like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I don't know. It was just annoying.
And that was made even more evident by choices that they made with Omega's character and how important she was to like Project Necromancer, where everything really did just
Yeah,
become about Omega. I didn't
yeah,
really care about the other ones, and they didn't do anything.
yeah. I will say so. I think we're highlighting a lot of negatives. I do like this show. I like it a lot.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
You know what I mean? Like I do
Yeah.
like this show. Um, it just, especially after season 2, I was like, oh, I guess the show isn't really like doing much. Because like the first season, I was like, okay, like we didn't do a lot, but hey, they wiped out Camino. Like that's a big deal. Like that's where we
Mhm.
ended things. And typically, and I'm like comparing it to Rebels, like season 2 is where like that show began to really like take off
Right,
and
right.
like go somewhere. And we met important people and we did bigger things, really big things. And so I was like, all right, like season 2 Bad Batch, that's probably what we're doing. Who we gonna meet? Uh, and then it didn't do anything. And I was like,
Yeah, we just
oh,
lost
okay.
somebody.
Yeah. And then season 3, I was like, cool. Like they put Ventress in all the marketing. Like she's in the trailer. I was like, oh, cool. We're gonna do something with Ventress. And she showed up for what was essentially a filler episode. And off
Yeah.
she went. I was like,
To not
okay.
really get us anywhere regarding Omega.
No,
I would have
no,
been fine with it if we ended with, yes, Omega is this, and we are going to do something about it. We're going to train her. She's going to follow down this path. She's going to become more, get a spin-off show, all this cool stuff. But we didn't do any of that.
no. I was hoping because I was like, okay, like we met up with Rex again. Like, okay, cool. Um, we met up with Wolf, who we know hangs out with Rex and Rebels. So I was hoping to
Mhm.
see Wolf switch sides. He doesn't, so I don't really
Yeah,
know
we
where
don't
that
ever get
story
there.
is. We met Gregor and Cody last season and caught up on what they were doing. So I was like, maybe we'll see them again. They weren't in this season at all. And so I don't know. And then Ventress showed up, and I was like, well, hopefully, and like the final couple episodes, maybe they all go in on Tantus. Like I would love to see them all just do the damn thing, but they don't. Hello,
Are you there?
hi.
I'm sorry, my internet just did a hiccup. It's so weird.
Did it
I
hiccup
like I
with
like
you?
saw you freeze, and then I saw the little Wi-Fi symbol on my laptop go to no internet, and then it came back. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
The
Did you hear what I
geomagnetic
said?
storm. Yeah, so you were no, I wasn't listening. No, so you wanted to see them all come together on Tantus to kind of
Yeah, make it
quell
all
that.
worth it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't. I mean, I like how Tantus what we got in the series finale was like a miniature version of what I was expecting to get, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so, anyways. And then I thought for sure in that epilogue, I was like, she's going back to that cave. She's gonna meet up with Ventress. That's gonna be the big payoff. And then she's like, I'm
Nope.
gonna be a rebellion pilot. Bye. I was like, oh fuck you. Like,
We're never gonna see you again.
fuck you. I was like, okay, where? Which pilot were you in Yavin? So I can watch A New Hope and be like, she's probably that fucking ship. No. Do something important,
Something with your life, Omega.
stupid bitch.
So what are your thoughts on Omega being a force sensitive clone and what that means for the story?
I mean, I don't think they totally confirmed that she is.
Oh, well,
Um,
come on.
whoa.
Well,
I
there has to be a reason that only her blood would mix with Palpatine's to replicate the midichlorians. And Ventress kind of said it without saying it in in the sense that you don't want to know because it's going to change everything.
I guess, but it also feels like we're not doing anything with it. So either way, I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
oh
We didn't
fucking
we didn't do
K,
anything with it. Nothing happened with it.
oh fucking K, fucking big whoop. Like she's she's force sensitive, I guess. I don't know. I think it's intriguing because it would be nice to see a clone be force sensitive because it was
Mhm.
always under the assumption for the most part that clones can't be force sensitive. And that's kind of
Mhm.
what we get. That's kind of like the whole point of Omega is all the other clones' blood can't do what hers does.
Right. She's
So
special.
yeah. But even that whole process, I'm like super confused on how Project Necromancer works because I'm like, okay, they're cloning Palpatine. Okay. But it seems like they're testing the clone blood against the force sensitive children's blood to do what? Like, I don't
I didn't
understand
even
that.
get okay, so my thought process was that they were testing both the clone's blood and the force sensitive children's blood to see what aspects of Palpatine's blood they could replicate in any of them, or if any of them would be a suitable, I guess, blood donor or whatever to replicate his level of midichlorians.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, M
maybe.
count.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what my understanding of it was. Not that they were using the kids to substitute him, but to see if the kids who had demonstrated force sensitive abilities in one way, shape, or form could bond with his blood. And they would use attributes genetically from each of their DNA to replicate him as a whole.
Then why were they testing the regular clones?
I don't know.
See, this is the
I guess
whole
because
thing.
they maybe because they've already been cloned. So if they could just do that with a clone's blood, it would be easier because the DNA has already been replicated. I don't know. They didn't really go into enough about the science of it, I think, to sell me on it.
Yeah. I just I wish they had just fucking broken it down. Like this is what we're doing and shown us the fucking clones.
Yeah,
Fucking annoying.
yeah. And maybe it would have been better if it was, and I kind of have this feeling about a lot of Star Wars media, is if it was a little grittier and darker, they might have been able to tell a more interesting story in that regard to that science fiction part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess this
I
is
don't
why
know.
only Kaminoans can fucking do it because I can't fucking understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What else? What else did you like about the show since you're clearly a fan of the whole process and of
I
the show?
do I do like this show. I promise at the end I will list off all the things I love about it. But for right now, you're gonna listen to me bitch about it. Okay. That's what's frustrating.
I'm not angry.
You Snickers.
But go on, list the stuff you didn't like besides what we talked about.
No, I said I at the end I'll list all the stuff I do like about it.
Oh, okay.
I'll end on good stuff.
I guess what else did you not like? That's where we're at.
It's a better question. Um, no, that was pretty much it. I just don't think we got enough for the show to be ultimately worth it. Because it was like everyone was like, "Oh my god, only 3 seasons! Like that's so sad." And then once season 3 started rolling, I was like, "It's time." Like we're not going
Yeah, I
anywhere.
agree with that.
So yeah.
Ooh, what did you think of the other project that Hemlock was working on, modifying the clones to make those like super Death Trooper type dudes at the end? forget what they're called.
Yeah, the like anti Bad Batch type
Yeah,
clones.
the Good Batch.
Where's ironic name? Um, where's their show? I think I'd like
Yeah,
those.
they're cool.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Um it reminds me a lot of like Legends because the Death Troopers were clones in Legends.
Oh, okay.
So in the Mandalorian, we got like the Death Troopers, but they're like droids,
Hmm.
right? Originally, like the original Death Troopers were like advanced engineered clones.
Oh, I did not know that.
So this felt like a natural kind of like precursor to what would eventually evolve into Moff Gideon's Death Troopers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I like them. I like them a lot. I kind of wish we had spent more time. Like they spent a lot of time on that one. I can't remember what they were called in the operative.
Like
Or
the other sniper one.
yeah, they spent like one, like a lot of times on that one clone.
But
And
the other ones were cool. They had like some really cool abilities.
yeah, but we didn't see him until the fucking like last what 20 minutes of the whole show. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay. Like, I don't know. I wish we had gotten maybe more of them the whole season. That would have been more
yeah.
intriguing. But yeah,
We
but I
spent
like
a
the
lot
idea a
of
lot.
time. We spent a lot of time wrapping. I feel like wrapping up like relationship things, like everything between um Hunter and oh fuck, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Crosshair?
Thank you. Crosshair. I don't know.
Crosshair?
I don't know why I wanted to say Deadeye. That's not
Wow.
not it at all.
Sub
Uh,
Jedi.
yeah, between Hunter and Crosshair, or um all the rest of the batch and Crosshair. Like I spent a lot of time on this, and I don't.
And that was my thing too, is like I felt like it took I mean, I'm glad we spent time on it because it's like I don't think you should just like him back. But
Yeah,
you know, uh, but I do think it took a lot of time. And there already was like a whole episode, like a whole filler episode dedicated to Crosshair and Hunter and
hmm.
their whole thing. And I was like, can we just fucking move on?
It almost would have made it more worth it if he died.
Whoa.
So, I mean, from a storytelling perspective, that would have been a little more impactful, though. Like, I think. I'm not saying I wish he died, but like, it probably would have made a better story if he did.
Wow. I like that he lived. I think Star Wars does this thing where all of their villains, when they seek redemption, then end up dying. And there's no follow through on truly what that looks like when they have to push past it.
I guess. Yeah. Okay, I'll go
so
with that.
so I like that he lived. I was like, cool. I was actually gonna be really upset if they killed him. I was gonna be like, Jesus Christ. Like we did all this and we spent all this time on him fucking rebuilding this relationship so he can get wiped the fuck out. It was gonna be annoying. And I felt like it was gonna be an easy way out. And I like because they in the episode, I think it's the very last one, like he kind of tells Wrecker, like, hey, I'm gonna go off and do this like myself, like, and I'm not
Mhm.
gonna make it out. And he's like, no, that's not what we're doing.
That's not how any
and
of this works.
and I like that because then it's like you're not gonna go walk off and just like take the easy way out. Like you're gonna have to do this. We're doing this as a team. And you're gonna have to live to fucking figure out what this looks like for
You're
you.
gonna go through therapy. You're
Yeah.
gonna confront your problems.
Yeah. I wish that there was a more fulfilling end to like his PTSD and his shaking hand and shit. Like
Mhm.
they could just lop his hand off. After all that, I
Ain't
was
gonna
like,
shake no more.
okay. Yeah, I would rather see him like process it out and like, you know, I think the whole point was then like now he really has to figure out who he is beyond being like this sniper dude. Um,
Oh yeah, that makes sense because that's
now he can't.
pretty much his whole
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah. All he knows is being a soldier, being that sniper, that's its whole thing. So
Mhm.
Now he has to truly build a life beyond that, and now he has no choice. His shoot hands gun or whatever, Captain Hook in it or whatever. So, I guess,
Well,
but
we
I
know
just
in the
feel
Star
like,
Wars universe, you just get a new hand.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I just felt like ultimately, like we didn't really get a payoff to what he was dealing with mentally.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do like the um sexy tension between him and Ventress, though. Like that was cute.
Okay,
Let's talk about
like
it. Let's talk about that.
that was amazing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just appeared from thing for a second.
yeah. That was gonna be one shot he wasn't gonna miss.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
Trimmer or not?
Yeah. He went to that ship overnight. I know he did. I know he did.
I liked everything with Ventress. I wish we had gotten more of Ventress.
Yeah, where's her fucking show?
Right, because she's clearly doing stuff. She's in contact with people. She's not just completely hiding out.
No.
I want that
I
show.
yeah, I want to know what she's up
I
to. I
also
want
want to
to
know why she's back and how that happened.
I know they're like, "We'll tell you later."
I know.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, the whole thing was what Filoni said before it came out, everything will be cohesive with the Dark Disciple book. We're just not
Yeah,
going to explain why that is or how that is. It's just, but it's
exactly.
cohesive. It goes along with it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, what?
Yeah, I know. And then we'll talk more about her in her episode, but I was just like, I need more of her. But I loved her episode on here because it was very, I don't know, it was just very different from the Ventress we're used to seeing, and it was cool
Mhm.
watching her
It's
go back and forth a little bit.
a very evolved Ventress.
Yeah, at least for her.
Mhm. By her standards.
Yeah, like this this was her all stars moment.
She came back as a lip sync assassin.
Yeah, she did, and it was awesome. And I bet they're booking
Ooh,
her for a full season soon.
speaking of Drag Race, can we talk about Brooklyn Rampart for a second?
Brooklyn Rampart, yes. Um, I I think it's just the way they animated him, or maybe the way Brooklyn has now animated her face. But
Yeah, or filled her face
yeah,
and genetically modified her
but
face.
I couldn't help but think that Admiral Rampart reminded me a lot of Brooklyn Heights. Like they just look a lot alike.
Admiral
And
Heights just sounds good.
Admiral Heights.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was giving me host of Canada's Drag Race.
He was also super bitchy and like if I had to pick like mannerisms for a gay Star Wars Imperial, it would be everything about him.
Admiral Rampart. I was rooting for him too, actually. Maybe it was the
Uh
beard.
I thought he
But
I thought he got what he deserved. And now let's say she gave it to him, chef's kiss.
she likes
Bye,
to give it to
bitch.
herself.
She did.
Uh um
My research dies with me.
the way she fucking talks, I was like,
I drove my husband nuts every time an episode would end. I'd go into our office and talk to him. It was a really good episode, Omega.
yeah. Um, I still haven't forgiven her though, because she's the reason Fives is dead. She's like she she was part of that whole cover up. She was trying to kill Fives. Mm-mm.
That's true.
Yeah, she's a bitch. Fuck her.
Well, she did, so now you don't have to worry about her.
Yeah. Now she's a
Bad
little bitty
Kaminoan
bitch.
can't get you anymore. She's gone, I promise.
Took care of her.
Well, she took care of
Um,
herself.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was rooting for Rampart, but I guess I think I also wanted him to date Crosshair too. I wanted a lot of people to date Crosshair this season.
Interesting. Star Wars Bachelor. Will Crosshair find love? Let's find out.
Yeah. He was like, "You have changed." I was like, "Is it changing you?"
I was irritated that Rampart was still trying to gain Imperial favor in at the end. Like, these people
Yeah.
clearly are not on your team. You're in prison for a reason. Like, why would what? Like this? No, that's just not how that works.
It's Delulu.
Drag delusion
Drag delusion.
to the mat.
Um, what?
What were your thoughts on Emery?
I feel like we didn't really go that far with her either.
Yeah, we could. I was actually really interested in because like every time we've seen her, it's kind of been like, well, what's your deal? What's your story, sister?
What's going on with
Uh,
you? What's behind the goggles?
sister, spill. But we don't really get anything from that other than that she's kind of a Girl Scout for Hemlock and eventually makes the
Girl
right
Scouts
choice. I
for
don't know.
Hemlock. Yeah, I love that. Um, yeah,
Because she's
I
she's
don't
the
know.
only other female clone that we know of, right? Like there's
Right, which was kind of like a bombshell at the end of season 2, and then I was like, we didn't really do anything with that. Like,
we didn't,
she's
yeah.
okay. She eventually just kind of feels bad about what she's doing, and then she kind of helps out at the I
Yeah.
don't know. She didn't really
It gets
fucking do
stuck with all
anything.
these kids. Like,
Yeah, she didn't really fucking do anything. So I don't know. That's how
yeah,
I feel
I
about her.
wish I wish we had gone in wish we had gone into her story a little more. What else?
Can we talk about the Zillow Beast?
Yeah, because I have some issues with the Zilla Beast design. But I'll let you go first. Okay, cool. I'll go first. Um, so we talked about this a little bit, and there is just I think it's just an animation style. I don't like really blocky animation, and like the Zilla Beast fingers just look like long strips of like tape, and they really bother me, and it really takes me out of the monster illusion that I'm trying to feel into my like kaiju Godzilla fantasy.
Yeah.
It just bugs me. Nature doesn't make straight lines like that. I don't like it. Everything else is kind of cool, but that animation specifically takes me out of it every time I see it. I'm just like, this. And it's kind of a nitpicky thing, I know. But it's how I feel, and I'm going to share my feeling on this
I loved it.
podcast. Well, good for fucking you. So,
I thought it was awesome. And
so the Zilla Beast was there because Palpatine wanted to replicate its blaster-proof skin as armor, right?
yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember why it was that Palpatine was like all excited about them.
Yeah, and he wanted it cloned, which is why it's at Tantus.
Got it.
And I believe that is the clone or like a child. I don't remember.
Well,
But
it's not the
yeah.
same one, right? Because they killed the
No,
one that's
no, no,
on
no.
Coruscant.
Yeah, no, it's not the same
Okay.
one. But yeah. So it would be cool to see if they ever figured out the armor or anything else like that. Like, what did they do? Like, it's there for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what
feel
did they
like
do
that's
with
a
it?
pretty big experiment that would be valuable to the Empire that they didn't really go into. It's just there.
Yeah. So I guess I mean they didn't really capture it until season 2, so maybe they just didn't have enough time to really do much with it.
I mean, we could have gone into that while we were doing some of these other stupid filler episodes.
Yeah.
Choices.
But overall, I like the Zillow Beast, and I'm glad we at least followed up with what happened after the Clone Wars. So it was a big, like, mysterious thing, like, ooh, we're gonna clone it and do something, and then nothing ever happened.
More like
So
we're gonna clone it and let it get out. Never do anything.
a
As far
follow up
as
is a
we
follow up.
know. I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. We also had a bit with Tarkin there at the end with a reference to Project Stardust, which is
Yes. Which
interesting.
we got in season 2 also, got the summit. So he talked about Project Stardust. Um, so it's been very clear that Tarkin has his own agenda, which is very Tarkin.
Hmm.
So this is a perfect way for them to like dive headfirst into the Death Star stuff. So that's pretty cool. Um,
So it must be after this that Palpatine continues Project Necromancer in secret on Exegol.
yes.
Okay, makes sense.
I don't know when, but in the comics, Vader visits Exegol and sees that it's happening. So
Ooh,
there is,
I'll have to look that up.
yeah, it's really cool. It's
Is it a Vader comic or just a Star Wars comic?
there that I don't remember. I don't remember. But it's referenced there and in the book Shadows of the Sith. He brings Ochi of Bestoon, the Jedi killer.
Hmm.
He goes with Vader to Exegol.
Oh, travel buddies. Road trip.
Hmm. Yep. So we know he's seen it. So it does happen at some point before the original trilogy. So
Interesting. That's kind of
yeah.
cool.
Um yeah. And then I guess after this is when Thrawn introduces the TIE Defender, because that's Tarkin's other like big thing against the Death Star is they either do the TIE Defenders or they do the Death Star.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And we get a little bit of the TIE Defender stuff in Tales of the Empire, right? Or is that
A
the
little bit.
Interceptor?
A little bit. Yeah, I think season 3 will do a Tales of the Empire episode because we need to cover it because they came out anyway. But I have a lot to say about Tales of the Empire.
All
I
right.
have a lot of thoughts and feelings.
Cool. Makes for a good podcast episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Um.
So, anything else about Bad Batch?
Okay. So what I liked was,
Okay, we're finally there, you guys.
yeah. I do like the Bad Batch, like as people,
I think they're all really
individually.
wonderful individuals. But
Yeah, love them. Um, I'd like to like Echo was weird for me. Sorry, now we're sliding back into what I didn't like. But
we're not off to a good start here.
no, Echo is weird because even in the last episode, I was like, why the fuck is Echo here? And I was like, oh yeah, he's technically a member of the Bad Batch. I totally forgot because he joined at the end of the Clone Wars, and then he's there for like I guess season 1, like the bulk of it, but season 2, like he dips out kind of immediately, and I was like, okay,
Mhm.
and he doesn't really come back until the end of this season. So I'm like,
Yeah, because he's
oh
he's
yeah,
like off and on doing things with Rex, right? To like aid other clones and initiatives.
yeah. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna join the Bad Batch. That's where I belong. And then he's actually like, actually, I'm gonna go back and hang out with Rex. And fuck you guys. Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was weird. But overall, I like the Bad Batch. I like that Tech stayed dead, and um I like that it meant something.
I really didn't like
Um
that Crosshair died, but I like that Tex stayed dead. Can't have favorites.
yeah, you can. I just think it was more meaningful that Tech died not out of redemption, but out of a selfless sacrifice than Crosshair dying because it's like karmatically appropriate.
Oh, that's very deep. I like that.
Yeah. Um, Omega grew on me. She was really annoying in the first season, but she grew on me. And
Omega.
I love her hair in the epilogue. Like that ponytail was working for her, and
Hmm.
she's a hot bitch. Good for her. Um, because I just kind of pictured her as like an adult, like Tamara Morrison, but it's like in a wig. But she's looking good.
Where
She's
is that
looking
character
great.
design? Someone,
Yeah,
someone please draw that and submit it below.
yeah. She's
If your art
looking
inflamed.
good.
Yeah,
She's
she
looking
looked really good.
good.
She definitely fared
Um,
better than Emery did.
yeah, well, Emery's also a fucking loser. So, like,
Facts.
all she did is wear her little Empire uniform the whole time. Like, okay, like, not a hint of volume in her fucking hair.
You fucking nerd.
Yeah, stupid, stupid bitch. um, yeah. Um, I liked all the stuff with the Senate and the clones, and I liked a lot of our guest stars, and um, yeah, that's what I liked about that. Oh, and fuck Sid, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. She's a bitch. Fuck her then. Fuck that.
I love Rhea Perlman who plays her. Love her, but
It's
Sid's
just
a
not the
fucking
character.
bitch. Yeah. I also think we should have spent more time with Fee, like reacting to Tech's death a little bit. Like, we don't really get much of that because they were supposed to date and it was this big thing.
That's right. Yeah. We didn't really get a lot of that.
And then, yeah, you don't really see her dealing with it at all. So, okay. Like, seems like a waste. But seems like it could have definitely fit into one of them filler episodes we got. But whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I liked.
I liked that it's over. Um,
Oh,
and we no, I like the Bad Batch. I wish we had gotten a little more storytelling, I guess, this time around before it was all done. But
yeah.
I think it ended well. Um, I wish we'd gotten more with Ventress and Omega and more of that interaction. Like I wish that's like you said, I wish that's where she was going at the epilogue,
Yeah.
was to meet her. But I guess not. But yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope she gets her own spinoff. I'm going to be really upset if we don't get a lot of interest stuff.
Yeah, it's because it's like why go through all the trouble of bringing her back if we're not going to get anything? That just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me. They could have used any random character to do that.
Yeah. Instead of the Bad Batch, now I need the Bad Bitch because that needs to be her show. And I need her
Yes.
to be back. I need to follow her with everything she's doing. Yes,
You need to like and subscribe her and click the
I do.
notification icon.
I do. And I'm on her Patreon. So, um, yeah, is that it?
I think so. I'm going through all my notes.
Well then.
Yeah, it was the gayest part of Bad Batch for you.
Oh yeah, fuck. I keep forgetting to do that. It's like the whole premise of our show.
Yeah.
Um Gayest part of Bad Batch was, I'm saying it really slowly while I think of it. Um Probably a Rampart.
That's a good one. I was gonna say Hemlock.
Rampart. I made a joke, I think, when we watched it, that they were ex-boyfriends. And I think,
I like that.
and that's my headcanon. They dated. That's why they don't like each other.
But there's like still like workplace proximity people and they have to like deal with each other on from time to time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sitcom. I'd be
Yeah.
down for it.
And Rampart shows up at Hemlock's house and he's like, "This is my boyfriend Crosshair." uh,
He's great. He's a clone. Like
he does all that stuff you weren't into. um,
Tremors.
that's fine.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, Hemlock just comes off as a really sassy gay who can't be bothered to speak up. He just talks in a really low tone throughout the entire show, which I
yeah,
thought was really annoying, but fierce.
yeah. I was inclined to say Ventress, but I'm convinced that she was hooking up with Crosshair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she found a use for that shaky hand. She was getting the shocker like there's no tomorrow.
Oh man. Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Roll credits.
Oh God. Yeah, that's it. That's how I feel about that.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you guys for watching and or listening. We appreciate you guys. Now we will jump but actually no, because our next episode is going to be Ventress, so we're actually going to stick around. We're going to record another one, so stay tuned for next week when we're still in these outfits, because we're going to talk all things Ventress, and then after that we're going to go right back in time to our previously recorded episodes as we wrap up the season. But yes, thank you for watching and or listening. If you are listening to us on a podcast platform, please rate us, like us, leave us a review, do all of that good stuff. We would appreciate it. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe to the PG Media channel if you have not done that already, so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for our next episode, please go out and watch some Star Wars. Maybe watch The Bad Batch. Make sure you binge it, because it's a lot of filler. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and may the fierce be with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.